Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Gervonta Davis, Ryan Garcia cracked the top 5 boxing gates in Nevada. Well, check this out now. Now, we know Floyd and Manny Pacquiao. They did some very, very impressive numbers, man. 72 million. Davis and Garcia comes in with 22.8 million. That's very, very impressive. Now, one thing is for sure when it comes to Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis, and, I have to be fair. You know what I'm saying? I think it's safe to accept what's being reported when it comes to the boxing gate in Nevada, right? That's been tabulated. That's being reported by a reputable source, is my understanding. Okay? Now, the thing is, when it comes to the live gate, they said the event had sold out. I heard like 30 minutes. I don't know. But bottom line, the event sold out pretty quickly. So they had a damn good idea of just what the live gate was going to be. Matter of fact, Leonard Ellaby had gone on record and said that the live gate for Tank and Ryan Garcia had already broke records. And when he said it, I did a video on it. I think I did a YouTube short. So when it comes to the live gate, I'm telling y'all right now, that is accurate information being disseminated to the public. Okay? Now, the whole thing about pay-per-view and the 600,000 to 800,000 to 1.1 million, 1.2 million, 1 billion, right? Hey, I'm not so sure about that. Now, if that's the case, outstanding. But I gotta say, let's hold our horses and not take it to the stupid, because it's just a rumor floating around. It's been reported. Someone told me. My thing is, when is someone like an Espinoza or someone from the network, cable carrier, when is this going to hit TMZ, Fox Sports, ESPN Sports? When are these numbers going to start being reported? And then for someone to come out and actually give us the name of someone credible, not somebody from Twitter. I get it. A lot of these guys on Twitter, if they say something, take it with a grain of salt. But 8 times out of 10, it's pretty on target. But at the same time, there's no one coming out with the data, with the metrics, with the analysis that to prove, right, that Tank Davis and Ryan Garcia did this beyond handsome reported number. Now, I'm going to tell you this now. Something else that we need to talk about. If they did that, outstanding, right? We definitely don't want them to find a way to lose. We want them to find a way to win. And you have Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis chose to get in there, man, and mix it up. You know what I'm saying? That takes a lot. As a result, their effort was great because no one else out here wants to really risk no damn undefeated record. And no one else wants to get in there with someone knowing there's a chance they can lose the fight, right? So, that being said, if the effort was greater, their reward should be greater. And in reward, I'm not just talking about financially. I'm talking about in all other aspects of boxing, their career going forward, okay? But that being said, let's kind of pivot this conversation a different direction now. People need to hold their horses and stop taking it to the stupid, saying Tank Davis is the face of boxing. Tank Davis is this. Tank Davis is that. Tank Davis sold the event. Tank Davis did 1.2 million. Tank. Hold on a second. What about old Ryan Garcia? That's all I'm saying. What about Ryan Garcia? Now, I'm going to tell you this. Before this event, right? When we talk about a guy like Tank Davis, we gotta be fair to Ryan. Tank Davis wasn't doing them damn 1 million and nothing, not even 500,000 in anything. Okay? We know Tank Davis was I think one of his best pay-per-view events. I think those numbers were more like a little bit more than 200,000, right? So basically, let's just go ahead and use that number. Tank Davis has been out here floating around 200,000 in pay-per-view sales. It's been a lot less for other fights, but let's just stick with that 200,000 in pay-per-view sales, right? He gets in the ring with Ryan Garcia, and then they do what's reported as this number that's not rooted in substance, right? But let's just run with it. Over 1 million in pay-per-view sales. Y'all telling me that Ryan Garcia, maybe Ryan Garcia, maybe he's the pay-per-view star and not Tank. Now, for those of you out there who are Tank Davis fans, I want to make sure I say this real quick, right? I'm not a Tank Davis fan or Ryan Garcia fan. I'm a boxing fan. So what I'm doing is having a conversation and playing a little bit of devil's advocate. Now, I don't mind being wrong, but it's my belief, right? Because I did some research. I couldn't find it, but I don't mind being wrong. Correct me. Maybe I had a bull of dumbass. I don't believe Ryan Garcia has been on pay-per-view before, like headlining an event. So that being said, this is his first opportunity. Now, true indeed, he and Tank both had the right dancing partners. But for Ryan Garcia to have his first pay-per-view event, right, and for it to do those kind of numbers, and he was with Tank Davis, I tend to believe that Ryan Garcia is the real draw. That Ryan Garcia and his fans are the ones that came through. Okay? Ryan Garcia has amassed a following of that new generation, the social media generation, and those guys will spend their money. Tank Davis, who's been, breaking the records for live gates wherever he fights, it's very strategic, which is how it's supposed to be. You don't just take a guy like Tank and throw him up there and, Utah and expect Tank to sell out, break the record for live gate events that have been in Utah. I'm not saying he won't draw a crowd, but it just doesn't happen. So they've been very strategic with Tank Davis, and that's smart. But he's never done huge numbers on pay-per-view. And all I'm saying is, let's hold our horses and let's see what happens, right? Because everyone's pushing the narrative that Tank. Nah, man, maybe it's Ryan. So now that I'm going to go ahead and say Ryan has stepped into the light, out of the shadow and into the light now of being a pay-per-view attraction. I'm going to go ahead and say, right, let's see how the next event goes for Ryan, how the next event goes for Tank Davis in regards to pay-per-view, right? And we can also look at the live gate. But let's see how they perform. And I think from that point on, we can go on and say, you know what? Maybe Tank really is the reason why that event did what it did. Now, we know Ryan Garcia played a part, but I have a feeling that some people may be shocked. Now, I'm rooting for both of these guys in their next fight, fighting different opponents, to hit 1 million in pay-per-view sales. That's outstanding. You know, what these guys are doing, you know, bottom line, man, they're risking their health to entertain us. And they're doing something that a lot of people just don't have, guys and girls, but I'm going to use this phrase, don't have the balls to do. You know what I'm saying? They won't even go and do a friendly sparring session. Hell, you can't even get guys to slap box no more, especially if there's a crowd around, because no one wants to get embarrassed. But what I am going to say is, I just think we need to look at this a little bit differently. Because when you're only able to generate around 200,000 buys, you know, I just think maybe old Ryan Garcia has always been a star. Maybe this fight proved that he's the star and he's the draw. And maybe it's going to show when in both of their next outings, who's the real deal. Okay? So that being said, yo, man, congrats on the live gate and setting the record, right? That's outstanding. But when it comes to this other stuff, 1.2 million pay-per-view buys, I'm not so sure about that. I'm not hoping it's not true. I'm hoping it's true. But for the last few years, haven't been able to get anywhere close to that outside of, you know, Canelo. But even here lately, he's been struggling. But what I'm saying is, you haven't seen fighters be able to get close to that. Young and old of this generation have fire sticks. They illegally stream fights. You understand? The whole thing about piracy, right? And then we just all of a sudden come back now to the Mayweather era, the Pacquiao era, the De La Hoya era. Come on, man. I'm not saying it's not possible. All I'm saying is, let's just wait as the layers get peeled back and we're afforded more information, right? And then let's see where this conversation goes. But the one thing for sure, Ryan Garcia had a whole lot to do with this event selling what it sold. Because right now we know it's over 500,000. Okay? Everyone out there who, even those who are disagreeing with the 1.2 million, even they're saying that, you know, they heard it was over 600,000. So we know for a fact it's, you know, at minimum 600,000. We just don't know what it actually is. So I would say the range is 600,000 to, let's just say 600,000 to 1.2 million. I'm thinking it's somewhere in the middle, the sweet spot, around the 800,000. But I don't know. But I want to wait and see what information comes out about it, you know. But that being said, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. Let's wait and see what Espinoza has to say. I saw Brian Custer posted something out there on Twitter, but, you know, he doesn't know. And all he said was, congratulations. Numbers don't lie. Well, my man, don't keep gifts from me. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if it's my birthday, I want my gifts now. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to wait. You know what I'm saying? Give it to us now. What y'all doing? So that being said, man, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents. I'm in the breeze.